Was there a casting couch? I think that's the
There
question.
was a little bit. No, there was not. It was
Just hold my hand kind of thing?
No.
More loneliness than sex. That's the kind of producer I like.
Come and read some poetry to me.
Yeah. All right, with the legendary Kunaal Roy Kapur.
Hello, hi.
Who likes to be called Karak.
No, I don't.
Who came up with KRK?
I don't know, but KRK and then this other KRK.
Who's the other KRK?
The main KRK, man, Kamal R. Khan.
How can you say that? Comparing yourself to that
I'm not
great
comparing.
man?
I mean, now
He's a legend.
He's the legend.
He's huge.
I'm just
he makes or breaks careers.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Well, that must be. I didn't think of that. So that's a huge problem now.
It's a big issue.
So you're getting his hate mail?
All.
So every time you're...
But what's worrying is that I get more love mail for him.
Oh my God.
He's deeply loved and appreciated.
Women sending you pictures of themselves in compromising positions. I love you, KRK.
No.
No, not yet?
Little bit.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, wow. But where did the name come up? I'm trying to...
From some theatre circle only.
Let me just rewind and tell. I'm acting like someone's watching, but maybe one of these
Nobody
No,
watching.
this one is never on, so it must be that one.
Okay, hi, hello.
Yeah. Also, we have to ignore Silvery, who's in the frame at some point, but he's not talking yet.
So he's a surprise
He's
element.
a backbencher, basically, in
Okay.
podcasts. You know, the guy doesn't talk, he hates the whole concept.
Yeah.
He's just nodding like all Indians do. Yeah. I've just been on a flight which was delayed, and all the people do is nod. You know.
About what?
About the flight being delayed. Delayed?
Hmm.
That's all we got for about 40 minutes. Delayed for 4 hours. The rest of the time, nobody spoke. No, I want to just say we go back a long way. You were a little boy.
I was a baby. I was 12, 13.
Siddharth was his elder brother who's been on the show.
Yeah.
Was with us. We were doing plays and stuff. And you were how much younger than him? 3-4 years at least.
No, 6.
6? You've just...
Five,
This is
sorry,
legend.
five.
Dyslexic, he can't count.
5 years.
Slowly, everything will be disproved. He's 1 year older than Siddharth. By the end of the show, we'll know that. Yeah. So you were like a young kid.
I was a baby.
Baby, and you used to just hang around. I think your mom, being this famous choreographer as well, all that was there and all. So you were in the circles. We saw you growing up.
Yeah, we were part of that little actors club. And
little from what angle, but
and you came in and you did some workshops from time to time. You abused us.
Correct.
I mean, all that.
Oof, ouch.
Yeah. I mean, no, it wasn't sexual.
How can it be? One has to perform for
Sometimes
that.
it was. It was a little bit. Those are those memories.
It was a grey area.
It was that
satial.
50-50.
It's called it satial.
Yeah.
It's a little different. Yeah. And only with the boys. Huh?
Only.
Let's be very clear. We're just kidding. Yeah. So that was there. That was there. And also one thing I want to mention. I don't know if you ever talk about this. You used to have a stammer?
No.
Stutter?
No.
But you were a little shy, no?
No.
But you then transformed a little bit.
Should
I call Kunal? I'll call Baman Irani because he's told me the story.
I had none of the above. I used to, there was a role that I had to do for which I was playing it like a South Bombay kid.
Okay.
Whereas it had to be a guy.
Bajirao.
Yeah, Bajirao, where it had to be a guy who was like off the street, like a gunda.
Right.
So they had to just break me in.
So you were playing me.
I was playing
But you were playing Kunal, the other Kunal.
Yeah. So then I had to be like, chal ya sala. But I was doing, chal ya sala.
Which is Kunal in his show called Khane Mein Kya Hai.
Exactly.
Chal ye sala.
Yeah.
Ab main pesh karta hai ek bahut badhiya dish.
Yeah, exactly that.
Let's do a tribute to Kunal at the end of the show. Huh? We just speak in bad Hindi. Fast it'll be natural. So wasn't there something to that you sort of opened up and all? Baman tells us, Sudhir Joshi used to tell this big story, mostly in Marathi, so I couldn't pick it up.
Yeah.
But he was very clear that Kunal has blossomed.
Yeah.
And they would use words like that.
Actually, Pearl, Rahul Dikuna, when he cast me, was having a problem. And so then Baman and Kunal...
Was it sexual?
It wasn't sexual. So they were having a problem trying to break me in.
Right.
So they called Pearl, and because I had done workshops with Pearl and little actors. And
Pearl
Rahul,
Padamsi, legend of theatre.
Yeah, and Rahul Dikuna, who was the director of the play, he said, I'm having problems with this boy.
Can you help me?
Just tell me, how do I deal with this guy? So Pearl said, she just said 2 words to him.
Fuck off.
No. Almost. She said, feed him.
Nice.
So I think she may.
And you were non-veg at that point?
No, but I think she meant it like, in a more...
ethereal way. Yeah.
But I think
feed
he
his
took
mind.
it literally.
So he just kept giving you food.
He kept giving me food. But it did work. I think that did help me.
So you did the whole thing like... So my whole point is wasted, right?
No, there was... So
did you blossom or not? Did you change
I think
and become more...
everyone blossoms, right?
No, but huge contrast to like a shy, stuttering kid into a very confident... because then I suddenly saw you performing stand-up comedy. Before stand-up comedy was a thing. I don't know where, in one of these places in South Bombay. And I was like, is that the same Kunal?
Yeah.
Because you were very sweet and friendly, but I didn't see that side side to you, and then suddenly you were very,
I guess it
holding
came,
court sort of thing.
It came a little bit through college and through doing a lot of plays and doing. I don't think there was one definite moment where.
So Baman and Sudhir, who is no more, you suck. You lied. I just want to point it out. I want it off my chest.
No. It's not. It's not that. I think they
Vijayakar is very clear.
Vijayakar is
very clear. Kunal was made by Baman and Sudhir. They boosted his confidence and they made him into who he is today.
Actually, you know who boosted my confidence? There was this guy called Cyrus Brocha.
I wasn't even in the play.
I'll tell you why. It's a very interesting story.
Bad story.
This is a very good story. And this is one of the reasons why I actually stuck around fucking doing acting.
Because you said this guy's so bad, I can do it.
This guy's so horrible. No. What happened is that there was a play called Family Ties 2.
Yes.
In which you were a part of. You were playing some sort of a combination of a Jim Carrey meets Jerry Lewis kind of character, which was like an insane. I mean, pretty much like what
Bobby launched Baman.
Baman did Evita before that, whatever. But Baman was around and Kunal was part of it and Pearl and all these people. And there was this one show that we did, NCPA. And I was the guy who just had to press the sound button. I was on sound. I had to just press play, stop. I was just in charge of playing the music. I toured with you.
Is this why the play didn't run? Because
So what happened is that one morning, NCPA show, Rayal calls me, who was the director, and she said, listen, Cyrus can't make it to the show.
I was stuck in Kashmir.
You were stuck in some snowstorm.
Parvez guy, we couldn't get on the plane and all that.
We couldn't get on the plane and say, listen, Cyrus.
Again, like Amritsar, the same story. There's fog and
people were nodding their heads at you. They were like, it's delayed. All this was going on.
No, this is true. I had a heart attack because I had no idea about North India and fogs and all that.
Exactly.
And suddenly they're on a cheap budget plane in a cheap budget hotel shooting some stupid pilot which nobody saw. Never saw the light of day. Nobody accepted it. And then I was crying at the airport. Because the next flight was 24 hours later.
Exactly. Yeah. And so Rayal calls me in the morning and she says, listen, Cyrus is not going to be able to get on this plane. You have to do the role.
Yes,
so
I remember.
I shat because I was the guy who was I was playing
pressing the
fucking
button.
thing, play and stop.
Yeah.
And the morning
and you didn't pay attention. It was such a bad play. You weren't even paying attention.
I didn't know what you were saying, and you kept every show.
That's not your fault.
You kept changing it. There was no lines because every time you came on stage, you'd say something else.
That's
right? How is anyone supposed to do this?
If you don't want to work hard, that's the kind of act you need to have.
So then I ultimately did the show.
Yeah.
And whatever, it was a show and it happened and whatever.
But that's a huge boost to confidence if you pull off that.
Exactly. So I pulled that
without
off.
any rehearsal. He had to do this in 24 hours, probably less
morning
than 24
off. Yeah, morning
afternoon
off.
You got.
Yeah.
And the next day you're in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then once it happened, I was like, listen, maybe I can do this. This is not so bad. I mean, I wasn't great, but we managed. We put up the show. So it was because of you missing your bloody flight.
Wow. And today he's a big time actor doing so well, and I'm pushing buttons on sound.
And it's because of you not making that flight.
Yeah. Well, it's not my fault technically because I was supposed to come a day before.
Your fault.
How do I know? Yeah.
So all this my kismat, all these things, all these roles I'm getting, not getting, these frustrations I have, this horrible career I've selected and picked. Yeah. It's all down to you.
Actually now Baman and Sudhir, sorry you suck.
Yeah.
Because this story is that story is boosting his confidence for a character. Here they just throw you into the sea.
Yeah.
Literally, and it's start to finish character. You only have like 5 minutes off stage.
Nothing. You're there. He was.
And you're dealing with Baman, who's an inventive actor, and Kunal, who doesn't know his lines in any case.
Nothing.
The other Kunal, and I can't remember who else was there. So there was enough challenges from actors as well.
Exactly.
And you're the youngest guy there, so they'd be bullying you.
I was 16.
Yeah.
And you were, and it was horrible because you had decided to come in. One of your costumes was like a full body leotard. It was like the Riddler's costume, Jim Carrey's thing.
I was in love with myself.
What were you doing?
They said
in that
don't
costume?
do that.
I had to squeeze into that costume.
It was a comedy, so you get away with these kind of things. We advertised for Milind Soman, but it didn't work. Yeah, wow, what a lovely story. How refreshing. I forgot this entire incident.
This did happen.
So you crossed the Rubicon, you crossed that line, and you suddenly realized, man, I think it's a great story, honestly.
Yeah.
In your book, put my name in.
I'll put it.
And it's Air India, just for the record. Which I love, but it was their flight. I'll never forget that. Because that I remember clearly. I had tears in my eyes.
Yeah, I remember seeing you just after we finished the show. You
came on the next flight, came running to Tata Theatre, and I think you were on stage.
On stage. And then what happened?
Then I couldn't pull you off because Rayal was like, "Fuck off!
Yeah,
let him finish.
Let him do his thing now. He's bad, but it's okay."
Half an hour was left in the play, and
there's
no question. No, it wasn't bad at all. It was much better. In fact, they took me aside and said, "Brocha, it's time for you to learn sound." They were very clear. about it.
Yeah. Right. And then what happened was that soon after that, Rael took me on a dinner celebrating whatever.
You paid?
I didn't. You're man, I was 16. And that's where I met this Rahul Dikuna, who I was full of confidence. I was full of confidence. I walked in with a swag, 16-year-old, and I shook Rahul Dikuna's hand. He said, "Who's this guy, man? Who's this fellow here?" And he cast me as a gunda for some reason. I was like a South Bombay kid. Like, what
but he's also a South Bombay kid, so he's thinking this is a gunda.
This is a gunda.
You're not in Harlem reference. Fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, let's now fast forward a little bit. Enough of our nostalgia and crap like that, which is pointless, really.
Absolutely garbage.
And then from there we go to the fact. What was the President's Men?
The President is Coming.
The President's Coming was the first.
It was like a play I directed, and then we made a movie out of it.
And also released on November 26th.
Oh, yes.
That's why I remember it clearly.
Were you there?
I was not there, but Kunaal or somebody was going there. So everybody was planning to go there. So that event, you remember the events when such a thing like this happened?
I was in the theatre. I mean, we were all there.
You started it.
It was 10 minutes in, and then people started.
News came.
They started looking at their phones a lot. Yeah. And we had just
2611.
2611 and because they were I thought the movie is bad, but it's not so bad. Like you can't get in like
like I had a bad play, I have a bad movie. What karma is this?
How this is so then everyone's phone started lighting up, and then we had to stop it. And we all had to make our way home because they said there are gang wars on the streets, there are guns out.
But this was your foray into proper cinema, right? The first
one? I mean, I had acted a little bit before that in a couple of movies. Loins of Punjab was a movie.
Very nice movie.
So I acted in that.
That was earlier? That predates this or released later?
That was before this.
And you shot it before, but I think released later.
No, it really, whatever, I don't remember the exact.
We are just pretending to care.
Something. But there was a film called Loins. There was one film I did before that. I did some television.
You did television, that's right.
I did television. I did one show called Just Mohabbat.
Did you do the cricket serial also?
No. People keep saying Hip Hip Hooray, but I was
actually not Hip Hip Hooray.
I was part of Just Mohabbat.
I'm sure it was Hip Hip Hooray.
Don't Daro
They're two different shows.
Karo Fai, Just Mohabbat.
Wow, can't wait to see the reruns. So that was on. We have this, and then so which is the big film? Which these are slightly arty films, and then which is the one?
The Delhi Belly, I guess.
Delhi Belly was that the big one?
The big one, yeah.
And that's proper hero because there are three heroes.
There are three heroes. I was one of them.
Yeah.
So that was the one which kind of gave me.
Were you the best looking of the three?
Still am.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. I was on sound. I remember that film. So Delhi Belly changed the game for you completely. You became a household name. You became very famous with younger people because that was like a younger person's film.
Yeah. Now those younger people have aged and now they're also old. So now
tell me about it. I used to be on MTV. But then you also did, I remember the big film with Ajay Devgan. There were a lot. Then suddenly I see you in a lot of movies.
I did one with Ajay Devgan. I did one called Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, which was a hit. Ajay Devgan one was some sort of movie.
You won the poster, huh?
I was, Then, whatever. Then there was some 2-3 other movies, Azhar and Nautanki Sala, a few web series. Yeah, so things have happened.
Any other podcaster would have done research. So you wouldn't have to answer this question on your own.
Because now I have to.
We have Silvay who's coming in.
Let me just check my own IMDb.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you do that and ask yourself the question, and I'll just hang back for a little while because this is embarrassing.
No, it's all good. So some web series and some other nonsense.
So then of course you're not looking back. I think Delhi Belly onwards. I read somewhere they send me something, but because they send me too much, I only read the first 2 lines, the last 2 lines.
How can you read so much?
No, it's like a history exam, where you just get the dates right and then put anything. No. My house is yellow, whatever. Then back to the Battle of Chittor. It's like that. So he sent something. Spurs, who's laughing in the background there, he's from Delhi. He loved Delhi Belly growing up.
Right.
You're his favourite person. He used to jerk off to your poster. He covered Veer Das and Imran Khan's faces with his body parts, mind you.
Oh.
And then, there he had a good time. So, where were we? I've lost my track completely.
No. So, we were just talking about how acting happened and all that. Yeah, so stuff happens, I guess, in life. Acting nonsense.
And it all started in Kulaba and Kulsum Terrace in Little Actors Club. It started from there.
Yeah.
And then NCPA, where he had to do a substitute performance for an idiot. And then from there, then he did another play where he was cast wrongly. And then 2 of the veterans, the biggest names in the history of Indian theatre, Baman and Sudhir, propelled him forward.
They did. They gave me a kick up my backside.
I don't think that's right. They were really nice.
The thing is that I used to, most of the time, just hang around them and just like lie down on the floor in their room while they were talking nonsense and just be, and just sit around while they were doing their shit. And I guess that's...
You were inhaling their
shit.
Yeah. That should be your biography.
Yeah. But
the Kunaal story.
but that's where you learn, right? That's where
you don't know at that point. You're just sort of learning, and suddenly you're doing a Telugu film and this and that.
You're just there to eat their biscuits. Basically, you're saying that, what snacks do you have? And then hopefully you're...
I remember Baman was very generous with his biscuits. Sudhir Joshi would bring exactly 2.
They
don't blame the Maharashtrians, but it was all counted properly before coming. He used to get the pegs were exact, right? In the car. He'd have this sharabi setup and all that. Sudhir Joshi, he'd pour. So cute. Those days are gone. Not that you should do that.
Never.
But he was in the back of the car, not driving.
He was never driving.
So he'd park the car in the theatre and then he goes straight there. And Sudhir Joshi is knocking back after the show's over, not in a bar, in the car, parked car.
Yeah.
Amazing. What fun. Yeah, a quick word on Kunaal Vijayekar. I think we'll go into a break also. But
Kunaal Vijayekar.
How great was he?
Kunaal Vijayekar has always been an inspiration. Kunaal Vijayekar actually, when they wanted to throw me out of that show for being too South Bombay, I think we went to Kunaal Vijayakar's house. And Baman and Kunaal Vijayekar, and they tried to make it a point to keep me part of this play.
Who wanted to throw you out?
They were like, maybe we
should
not
the 3 actors, so name the names.
No, as in, not throw me out, but they were like considering like we need to break this guy and we need to figure. So they actually worked with me, and Kunaal Vijayekar actually.
But he has no patience. You're lying.
I think he was forced into it.
I think so.
He was, or he was.
He would have lost interest in 1 minute.
He didn't have much. But I think he genuinely he had a soft corner on me.
You remember how dyslexic he is on stage? Because you guys gave him lines which had numbers and names, and at the same time he could never get that right. And all of you were giggling in the wings. I think Sudhir Joshi and Baman Irani, because they paused on stage. Remember one scene where they are at the back and paused?
Yeah.
So there's supposed to be like a still life, and then he's supposed to say 6 o'clock tomorrow or you won't see 21. That's threatening the girl for her age.
Not see 27.
Yeah, no. 6 o'clock tomorrow, you won't see 20.
Yeah.
Then he realizes he can't go back to 20 because she's going to be 21. 21.
Yeah.
You are 20, you will be 21. And because Sudhir Joshi and Baban Irani's shoulders going like this, and I'm laughing, and you guys in the back.
Yeah.
Man, that was fun.
So whenever Kunaal was on stage, they would make it a point to just congregate in the wings to just hear
the
how
play
he's
within
going
the
to screw
play.
up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, and names, getting the names wrong. That's another good thing.
Always.
Yeah. But Rakesh. Oh, man. All right. I think we're going to go into a quick break. And then when we come back, we have Silvery, who is this is a guy who idolizes you and knows your bibliography and all that. And he'll ask you more relevant questions.
Oh, my God.
To give you the respect we should have given you. But we go back a long way, so I forget sometimes.
Forget it.
But you won't respect me if I come and say, Kunaal, you're so great and all that.
No, I wouldn't really either way. But this is better.
Did I bully you? I used to bully you, no? No, I didn't bully you. I'm sure I didn't bully you.
No, not really.
I'm not a bully.
No.
I'm just a braggart.
No.
It's different. 2 different things altogether. I should have been in politics. If I spoke good Hindi, I'd be in politics. But Kunaal...
You'd be leading the country.
I should lead the country next weekend.
Yeah,
I've already put a proposal.
I'm voting.
Please do. Just give me your vote, I'll transfer it. We'll take a break.
Hey, what a great week it has been on the IVM Podcast Network. We have a special announcement. Introducing Club Paisa Vaisa, where you get episodes of Paisa Vaisa 3 days before release, bonus and ad-free content, and access to the full show archive. So get your yearly membership today for only ₹6.99. Log on to club.ivmpodcasts.com/Paisa Vaisa. On The Habit Coach, Ashden talks to Dr. Vaidya's co-founder Arjun Vaidya about the legacy business and the feeling he had while taking over the business. On The Origin of Things, Deepak, aka Chuck, narrates the interesting story behind the names of 2 iconic rock music venues. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth explains the difference between strategy and planning. And on Just a Filmy Game Show, Antariksh quizzes comedians Vrinda Bhakchandani and Namrata Arora. New episodes are out on the IVM Pop channel every Saturday. And once again, don't forget to visit our merch store on ivmpodcast.com. We have some really exciting stuff for you over there. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you like our show, spread the word. Tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. You'll also find our shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week, Capgemini and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you for making this possible.
So we're happy. All right, we're back after the break and we have Silvery, what are you waving?
Hi,
Hello, hi.
I'm waving to the people. They want to say
because
hi.
you're on, maybe we have some market.
Yeah, exactly.
These are working. These are actually functional.
They're all just there for no reason.
Hi.
That's his personal camera.
Okay.
He's on Shaadi.com also. Something he does.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
This is the studio I use for all those videos. Hi, I'm single man. Looking for
and your look is right for a single man. Whose parents are going to say no to you? Like, yeah, my daughter ready.
Absolutely.
But show some respect because you're the fan here.
Pai Lagu Kunal.
Oh my God.
Pai Lagu ka matlab hai, can I touch your feet?
Yeah.
No, I'm touching your
parade.
feet.
He's deeper than Malbari. He's cuff parade.
Kaha hai aapke charan? Like one of those.
That's too much to explain.
Yeah.
Kunal, I'm a huge fan of especially Delhi Belly, of course.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you get this a lot, right? That a lot of people my age and younger, some of them are obsessed with the movie. Did you know when you were shooting something like that it was going to become like such a cult classic kind of?
I guess when we read the script, we realized that it'll take a monumental fuck up to like really screw the script up because off the page only you realize.
Did I tell you that we all auditioned for it?
You
Before
did
they
all?
went with a much younger group.
Really?
I'm hoping that was the reason. But Gaurav Kapoor and me went together for the audition. I got lost and he was already there. Gaurav Kapoor is the anchor from the cricket thing.
got it.
GK.
Yeah.
And the third guy, Samir Kochar, those type of age group. It was all those guys. And
So
then
you were going in for which role?
I can't remember now. But there are
Possibly
three guys.
the same role, possibly.
No, I can't. Don't ask me all that. There was some Scandinavian guy, Swedish or something.
Yes, there was the director
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it changed twice or thrice.
So the audition was somewhere in Bandra with this guy, and I couldn't find the place. I was 1 hour late, and I'm never late. So I was already in a bad mood.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was a comedy with a very funny, flippant sort of guy, and I was like, "Fuck you all." That's what I remember. Yeah. So we all did the rounds, and we failed the audition, and then
even we went in for about 4 different auditions, and then there was a huge gap of 6 months between auditions, and then I remember auditioning with 3-4 different people, finally someone being locked and then saying no, now it's these other people. So I mean, it was like a long casting process, but whatever, we made it through that.
Who's a better actor, Imran Khan or Veer Das? Pause. Wow, tough one it seems. It's like De Niro Pacino, is it? Huh? He can't make up his mind.
I guess Veer is the better actor of the two.
You're saying that?
Yeah.
That's
Why?
Because
mean.
Veer is still acting.
Oh, that's why.
That's why. Get him more work and all. Yeah, why not?
But where is Imran Khan? I'm sorry.
Imran has
not the
Gone behind the
Prime
camera.
Minister.
not
if I'm
the
wrong.
cricket prime
I
minister.
know, I follow him.
I think he wants to direct. I think he has.
But why isn't he
wants-
acting? Sorry to go there, but what happened to him?
I don't know. I've lost touch.
He was doing a lot of films
but,
and suddenly he just sort of disappeared.
but I think he's lost interest. I think he wants to do other things.
Yeah.
People with money, I tell you, Silvery, why are you here? Makes no sense.
I'm still interested. right now I'm interested.
Unbelievable. Anyway,
But after this
the
podcast, I'll
tribute,
go take.
I interrupted your tribute, Delhi Belly, and you
Yes,
love the film.
Delhi Belly,
and you haven't
love the
understood
film.
the ending. So ask him all the questions.
Yeah, how did the ending happen? No. How did you prepare for the orange juice scene? No.
DK Bose, bro. DK Bose.
But
DK Bose.
did you what was like the table read like for that? Did you just laugh a lot during
we
that?
did,
Especially when the orange juice.
Table read is post the casting.
What
When
was
you're
post the
reading it for
cast?
the first time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what the thing is by now. You've read it.
Yeah.
We've read it. We did a couple of table reads, and then we did like a 8-day long workshop where
Could have shot the film in 8 days.
Yeah, literally,
waste of
it was
time.
like a full
Who's this joker?
Abhinay, but he
Abhinay.
was very
What's his surname?
passionate. Abhinay Deo.
Oh, that Deo family guy.
Deo, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where's
we-
he? So he and Imran have started a motor business.
He directs ad films, he directs
Okay,
series,
he's there,
he
he's
directs
there.
movies.
But it's just, you ask these questions of where are these guys now because they had a really big hit and it was like a
No, he does.
epic film. It was like a
He
change
works.
of guard film. Yeah.
He works.
But what
And
films does he do?
He does a lot of ad films with his
Okay.
ad film company, and then he's done a few films after that. He did.
What
one
happened to the
film-
Swedish guy who was supposed to direct? The one I met, Robert
that-
something.
They changed, and then this other guy did.
Racism?
No.
This is like reverse racism.
Or is it because the producer couldn't say Swedish?
It's Swedish.
What was the problem?
I don't know. But
But the writer is the Delhi boy. What's his name?
Akshay.
So he remained the same. It was his thing.
Yeah,
so he
yeah,
was
yeah.
involved, right?
Yes. And I did a film with him after that as well.
Okay.
He directed a film.
What is it? Madras Stomach?
Kala Kandi, it's called.
Kala what?
Yeah.
Kala Kandi.
Saif Ali Khan is also in it.
Yeah.
Close shave. Meantime, bibliographer has got it right. Saif Ali Khan. All right.
Yeah.
All right. How many films have you done, Kunal?
I've
Including
done
small roles. Like totally how many?
about 15, 18.
Not bad.
Wow.
15, 18. You're not even sure.
I'm not sure actually. You're saying including series
Yes,
or
yeah.
just films?
Everything together. It was small role or lead role, whatever. Everything.
I'd say about 20,
20. Including web series.
including web series.
I think it's a little more than that. You've just signed a Telugu film.
I did a Telugu film.
You spoke in Telugu?
I did.
Wow. Can you do your lines? Can you do dialogues?
No, I can't do any lines from them. And
If Kunal can do Hindi, why can't you do Telugu?
I was reading it the night before the thing, trying to mug it up with headphones in my ear, and I was just like going crazy. And then it didn't matter because they were going to dub it either way. But you have to get just a semblance, somewhat right.
Yeah. But did you get it right? You think? What was the reactions on set?
They loved it. They were so.
Who's the good actors now? You guys are them.
They were like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, amazing.
They give you like an A star. You know?
Yeah. They were very happy that I was at least trying, because I think a lot of people just do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But is it true that they are? I know. Or ABCD.
ABCD.
But is it true that they are more efficient than Bollywood? I mean, is that a fair question to say in terms of efficiency?
Well, the film that I worked on, they were efficient, but they were splurging a lot for some reason, and
it's a dream come true. Efficient and splurging.
Yeah.
I want to work in Telugu.
So good food on set.
I'm going to take tuitions from tomorrow.
Food, like lavish productions, huge sets.
Bro, in the South, they just treat the star like a superstar. If you think Bollywood treats you well, I've done ad films and they just treat you like a god. You're so spoiled. Ask him. You don't want to leave. You have no idea.
You want to live there. You want to
live there.
You want to live.
I had in Cadbury ad, I had a guy putting my pants on. I couldn't believe it. Because at 7 o'clock, they told me go back to sleep because we were taking your shot at 9. So I went back to the trailer. They called us at 6. I went to sleep. And at 7:15, somebody's touching my thighs. I said, what happened? So he says, sir, I'm putting on your pant. So I said, why are you putting on my pant? He said, sir, you'll be ready in 20 minutes. I said, okay, but I'll put it on. No, sir, you rest. Disturb the great man has to do nothing till his shot comes. This is fantastic.
It's
Only
lovely,
I stayed there, really. Really, what the hell are we doing in this horrible pay for the C-Link, wait for the guy to come?
It's too much.
Yeah.
And then say your lines.
Do close, cut this, cut that. Just use 5 cameras now to do it 10 times. Who's interested in doing a shot 10 times?
Exactly, yeah.
How can you do a shot 10 times? You're from the theatre. With luck, we pulled off one play, Imagine saying one word answers 10 times and like, nahi. But the 10th take, I mean, how can you not say it with a nahi?
That is true.
All right, let's talk about
are you still in, you said you're not in touch with Imran Khan. Are you still in touch with Veer?
Not really. On and off. I mean, just the odd
Veer
message
makes him
here
pay
and
for
there.
tickets to the Veer Das show.
Yeah, correct.
Which I thought was unnecessary.
Cheap. It's cheap. We don't have to pay.
Yeah. But you send the same guy who walks your dog. No?
Right?
Yeah.
They're good questions. So you 3 guys were like the next whatever, and then so do you stay in touch? No.
Not really. No. I mean,
He's gone on to his comedy thingy.
He does his stand-up and he does a lot of.
Imran seems to have disappeared. We don't know why.
Yeah.
So you're the only one who goes on with pure acting.
Well, I guess I got into it because that stand-up was, while I did it many years ago, it's a nerve-wracking thing to do stand-up because I think with film and television and shows, it's very easy to blame other people. It's lovely and you can just say, oh, that director screwed it up, the writer is shit.
Yeah. Or you can go down south or east or west or whatever.
You can, there's so many more and so many people to blame, for your failures.
And how many jokes can you lift off the internet before they catch you?
Exactly.
Kunaal Vijayakar, you're warned, really.
Do you have any favorite comedians otherwise, stand-ups?
I like,
chief ministers that come to mind are also welcome.
Yeah.
You take the name and I'll applaud.
No, I think a lot of people, a lot of stand-ups are
if you're looking for Indian stand-ups, I don't think he likes too many. But if you're looking for foreign stand-ups, American and British.
Name some people, I'll tell you.
Bill
Burr. Pryor, if you're talking about the classics.
Eddie Murphy, the old days.
Of course, yeah.
You're still our generation in a sense. I'm hoping you remember these names.
Chris Rock, Chappelle.
Rock, all of them are good, yeah.
Chappelle today and before, when he had long hair.
Chappelle never had long hair.
When he was 7? So screw you, bro. You don't know everything. The old man still got it in your face.
All right.
Let's talk about his podcast. They have a podcast. He and
Anubhav
Pal.
Yes, we have a podcast. It's called Our Last Week. So we and we're. I mean, we do it every week, so it's a good thing.
Although he's traveling a lot, or he went to England for 6 months.
So we do it. I mean, we do it remotely sometimes.
Tax evasion or something.
Yeah. He's trying to get out of a lot of and running away from the rest of other things happening in his life. So I think he's just generally.
He's not going to get a second woman. This is it, right? He knows that.
I think so. Yeah.
Anubhav doesn't keep a mirror, so we have to gently explain to him, Anubhav, this is it. Yeah.
The name harkens to this your last week, or this being your last week.
A bit of both. I think it's a play on that. It's our last week and our last week. So it's sort out.
Actually, we were supposed to bring him in as well, but their manager charges extra money for each. It's like if you have 2 Rottweilers, it costs more than 1 Rottweiler. So there's a bit of that.
No, and
plus you don't like him.
That's why we do it in separate rooms only most of the time.
No, apparently he's shooting for there's a play called Pune Highway from the same Rage Productions that he was talking about, Rahul Dukunya and Bugs Bhargav, etc.
Yeah, I've been in Little Actors Club also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But your career didn't pan out in the same way.
Not
You're stuck with me in a podcast.
Correct, imagine that.
Wow, you got a call, Ryan.
I was
Get your money
bad.
back.
I was
How
a
much
bad
you
Little
pay?
Actors Club, yeah.
I mean, he was bad. You were
I
terrible.
never learned sound design, and that's the problem.
I think you have to start there.
Yeah. The lead guy in your play, he turned up.
Damn it, Kashmir flights.
Yeah. Wow, what a story that is.
That's why you have to just wait around till somebody in one of the main plays screws up. I had that opportunity.
South Bombay, that's just a weekend.
A normal weekend.
Traffic bhat gaya.
So Anuvappa, let's talk for a second. How did you guys become friends? What's the story?
We met on Loins of Punjab. Loins of Punjab.
But he was writing.
He wrote that.
Right.
He
not
wrote
acting
that.
at that point.
Well, he did a little bit part, but he
so
basically
he's always a narcissistic bastard.
Yeah. He always puts himself.
Yeah. I'll just wander through and before you know it,
I'm not good at this.
Yeah, I'm not good at this. Sequel 18 lines.
So we met there, and then I directed the play The President Is Coming, which he wrote.
Right.
And then we made it into a film.
So it's been a long association.
It's been very long, and too long.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing? We did another show called Going Viral, which was for Amazon, which was it's a ridiculous show. On he directed it and wrote it, and then we're doing this podcast.
You acted in that.
I acted in it, yeah.
Okay, so this has been a long association.
It has.
You're still friends. People ask me the same thing about me and Vijay, but we are not friends.
No, I don't think I meet him outside work, because that's enough, like how
Also,
much more
socially
interaction.
awkward. I mean, he's not a good-looking man, and you have got your standards. Kidding, Anuva, we love you. He knows that.
Do you plan to direct more?
I want to. It's just I'm just very lazy. I think I'm just very very a lazy guy.
Have you acted with a younger brother?
Just in passing, we acted in a scene together in Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, but
Was
nothing
it competitive?
More. No.
Did you bully him as a kid? There's a big difference in age again.
6 years. See, now I got it right.
What
it
happened
was
with your
6
family,
and
bro?
5,
After 6 years, they wake up and say, one more bacha. Ridiculous.
I don't think they...
Is there a 4th child?
I think it's more like, one more bacha. It's not
damn.
Like,
Oops, who did that?
So, we haven't acted together otherwise. He's been on his own. He was also a VJ on
He was
your,
for a little while,
your competitive channel V.
Which is closed down now.
Yeah.
He was the last VJ.
that can be a film.
So that's interesting. The entire family, again, Siddharth, I tried to speak about that, but Siddharth was so serious.
Yeah.
And he was also online. So
right.
And he was like an English professor talking about physics or something by the end of it. My parents fell asleep and they weren't even listening. So just to go back, the family, his mom is a doyen of the theatre in terms of dance, etc., and everything else. So he comes from that blue blood family, so to speak. And then from there, all three of them, Siddharth, of course, being the entrepreneur more than anything else, although he was an actor first, which nobody knows.
Yeah.
But then he left that bit behind and he became this super entrepreneur under the guidance of Ronnie Screwvala. Then we have Kunaal, who blossomed on his own and has done his own thing. He's like, you can't pigeonhole him anywhere really, because he's actually done stand-up right at the beginning before Veer Das and Gang. And I don't think what I did was ever stand-up, because I used to make fun to kill time, which is a little different. It's more like politics. and then we have the younger one, Aditya, who's the star, like what do you call it? Like a regular conventional hero.
Film star.
Yeah, like a film hero. So they all three blossomed from the same, sort of area in Cuff Parade.
The same...
don't get into wombs and all that, bro. It just sounds wrong.
I wasn't getting into wombs.
Such a clean show we've put together here, brother. And why?
I wasn't going there.
Yeah. But I just bring it up. They could be competitive because all three are high achievers in the same business, but slightly different. They're slightly different trails, but they are in the same business.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I don't think we're competitive because there's such different fields actually. One is a producer, one is like a proper mainstream hero. I am doing some
You look down on that, don't you?
Oh, that's just garbage.
But I heard Anubhav wants to be a mainstream hero. And you keep telling him next year.
He's getting fit now. I think he's on a diet now.
Oh my God.
It's all going to change
What
now.
the hell are we doing, bro? This other KRK has changed the market completely. This is nonsense. Control Anubhav. He's gone berserk.
Yeah, he's gone crazy.
Do you guys actually ever watch KRK reviews?
I've seen a few.
Yeah, they are,
He's got trolled because of the wrong misunderstandings.
His opinions, I feel, in my opinion, his opinions are very often wrong, but they're hilarious. Yeah. Like his commitment to his opinion is very funny.
But he's also got pet hates, no?
Yeah. It's like,
Which is-
do
I
you
think
know
he
he's like,
romanticizes old Bollywood a lot, and he
Yes,
says that
exactly.
the way it should be, and we're not
Yeah,
catering
yeah,
to the
yeah.
masses.
Correct,
He's,
correct.
he's not
Spot
all,
on, he's spot on.
Yeah, he's not wrong completely.
But I think it would be like Hindi Arnab, except that now Hindi Arnab is also there. So
Right.
yeah, so he's just got
Which
that.
is Arnab in
Yeah,
Hindi.
in Hindi, yeah. So the ranting is more like entertainment for everybody. Nobody cares what he says in terms of the film, really.
Yeah.
But they like the fact that he's going to, say
They just
something.
like the fact that he's ranting.
That he's ranting,
But
yeah.
everyone likes a guy who just rants.
I think so. I think stand-up comedy should be shut down and only ranting should be allowed.
But that's what you should do more of on the
I
show.
do it all the
I think you
time.
should get a little more angry.
I'm always angry. It's just that my face doesn't show it.
Yeah.
That's an acting issue.
You're angry, and then you end with the joke. You should just be joke.
And we have the same joke for every episode, so that's ready.
That's ready.
Yeah, already. We just have to,
It's all written down.
circumnavigate.
Yes.
Yeah. So podcast. So just tell us what it's like now for you. You take one project on at a time.
I mean, sometimes multiple projects at the same time, and then many months of scratching yourself, which
If you're really successful, like his younger brother, somebody else crushes you.
yeah.
That's like Salman said, boys, come here. It's like that. But Kunal is doing well, but there's not.
I'm
anybody-
grounded. I'm
You're
grounded. I'm
yeah.
grounded. So
and Anuvab, who he trained for the scratching, now he wants to be the next Shah Rukh. Yeah. He's already written Pathan 2. Cut to Anuvab's picture.
Yeah.
With a machine gun and a beret and a cigar, looking into camera like young Rambo. Oh, God.
please put that image
Yeah,
together.
that would be great.
Can we get
Yeah.
Kunal Vijayekar and Anuvab together as a Amitabh Bachchan Dharmender kind of Sholay film? Oh my God, I'd pay anything for that.
I think that
Neither
we
can ride a
should-
bike, huh? So that's one song gone.
Yeah.
But I think the two of them should do a movie
They
together.
should.
Yeah.
Really?
It has to be
Did I tell you
done.
my Vijayekar story about the bike?
No.
So they wanted to do Friendship Day on his food show many
Okay.
years back, Ornob's channel. And so they asked us to come and said they'll play Ye Dosti in the background, do these montage shots across town in South Bombay while, showing pictures of restaurants and all that. So he's in riding and I'm pilling. And then after he gets on, he tells him, I don't know how to ride a bike.
So how do you agree to do it?
I don't know, but then again, they had to shoot it from angles with somebody pulling the bike, and it's so embarrassing. It's so unmacho to be on a bike and someone's pulling you, and we are trying to do all this overacting,
But it would be so much funnier to show the full shot.
Yeah,
of
As
your
they should
team.
have, but they
Yeah.
think they know comedy. These guys who
They
make
don't know
shows,
comedy,
no.
man.
There's only two of
Oh,
us,
missed
bro.
opportunity,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
But it's so embarrassing to be on that thing because,
But hilarious.
But he never
to look
argued
at
till the
as
last
well.
minute. He and Saukar have done this to me all the time. Like, just say you can't drive a car, ride a bike,
yeah.
get on with it.
Yeah.
By the way, he went to Australia with the Australia Commission, did something with them many years ago, and they had prepared an opening shot. Now you're in Sydney, and they took him to the beach, and they had harnesses, and he was supposed to come down a helicopter. Like
Yeah.
he'd open the thing, welcome to Australia, mate, and he comes out in a helicopter with this thing like a parachute thing which brings him down. He ran from the beach. It was like, no way. So ultimately they had a guy in the background coming down, an Aussie buffed guy going down, and Kunal going, welcome to Australia, mate. Oh, man.
Wait, he was supposed to jump and he just ditched them.
They just presumed that this anchor who's coming is going to be
Okay,
athletic
got-
and, young and fit and, like his brother, Aditya. But it wasn't Aditya, it was Kunal. And Kunal was like, I can't go from a helicopter. I can't even enter the helicopter. He was 110 kilos at that point, yeah. Of course, they had one look at him and they realized that plan
This is not gonna
gone.
happen.
Yeah, let's move on. Okay.
Okay, quickly before we get to the AMAs,
Yeah.
one last thing is another great cult classic that you again not a cult classic like a huge hit was Ye Jawani Hai Diwani
Right.
in your film career. How did you get involved in that, and what is it like shooting with like Ranbir?
Was there a
and
casting
Deepika
couch? I think
at that
that's
time?
the
There was a little bit. No, there was one. It was
Just hold my hand
immediately-
kind of thing?
None of that.
More loneliness than sex. That's the kind of producer I like.
Come and read some
Yeah.
poetry to me.
Yeah. Just
No, so it was shortly after Delhi Belly. I think these they got in touch. Ayan got in touch saying there's this role, and he took me through it, and then I
see,
said,
once he hit Delhi Belly, I think
Yeah.
he doesn't have to really audition. I mean, they do specialist auditions, and all, but
Yeah.
he's already in their mind, right?
Yeah,
it's a
I
little
think-
different before that.
Exactly.
But now it's more or less like, okay, let's cast Kunaal Roy Kapur or somebody. There'll be 2-3 of them
No,
max. It's not like a general audition.
I have given some auditions post that for like
It's
very
also because your weight
specific.
goes up and down. I think that's another
Yeah,
problem.
and so you keep changing, and they want to see you,
Yeah.
and so I have given some auditions after that as well, but But by and large, it's people just calling and saying, because they've seen you now, they know what you look like and whether
they know your limitations.
Exactly. They know that he's not going to be able to do this.
The one guy trying to sabotage his career is Anuvab. He always takes the phone and says, why did you try Anuvab Paul? He pretends to be Kunal. Anuvab Paul just reinvented himself. Now we have a helicopter in the background with Kunal and Anuvab Paul. Imagine the iconic Ye Dosti song is shot on the helicopter. Two of them. Okay, sorry, go on.
So that's how that happened. But I guess
what was working with Ranbir, Deepika?
It was great. It was so many years ago. It's like was an eon ago. So they were young kids all having fun.
Do they ask you for tips and all that?
But I was paying by card.
Right, fair enough. You were ahead of your time. It was before demonetization. Yeah. Fair enough. Excellent.
All right, great. Let's get into some AMAs. We got a lot of AMA questions for you on our Discord, Kunal.
Okay. Because it's not a live show.
What is AMA?
We made it up. AMA is Amma in Tamil. Means your mom. Is it wrong to say? Yo mama.
Yo mama.
All right. So your first mama comes from Samir.
Just a quick note. Silvery is not a good reader.
No, I am.
Be patient.
It's
going to take time. And the question is, what is your name or something? It's not really a big one.
I was trying to find the question. Sorry, it's like a long thing. Ramanathan has asked. Ramanathan. He says, could you share something about the shoot of Delhi Belly that has never been shared in public before?
The shoot of Delhi Belly.
He wants some privileged information.
Some inside scoofs.
Yeah. No, none of you are bad boys, no? From what I gather.
It's so nice.
Yeah, all well behaved.
Like nothing major.
Veer says he's more boring than I am, which is really saying something. Yeah.
No, why? But he's not.
As in, he doesn't drink, he doesn't go out, all that. So there's no scandals. Unlikely. Not you, not him. I don't know Imran too well, but I don't think either.
No, not scandalous in that way.
So then that leaves Abhinav. What is his name? Deo. That guy was wild.
Nothing much happening.
He rode a horse into the shoot and all
Sunset.
That. No. Went to the wrong studio and shot another movie on the side. One of those stories.
No.
Any fight on the set or anything that you can think of without names?
Arguments. Okay, there is one story, but I've been through this before, but I can go through it.
So we'll pretend like it's path breaking for the first time.
It's a new story.
There
was a scene in which I had to grab a woman's breast. Which was, do you remember the scene?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I just walked out. I was like, this is not in our Sanskriti.
Against my this thing.
Little Actors Club, we never encourage that.
No chance.
Both breasts, yes. Go on.
So I had to just do a light squeeze and walk away.
You had to show us?
So I just did a little
Silvery lean into him. Karke dikhao beta.
It was a little squeeze and walk away.
Yeah.
So what happened was...
Who's the girl, like an extra?
She was a lady who,
So did you know her or didn't know her?
I know, I met her, I talked to her. She was a very sweet lady.
She knew what was coming, right?
She, of course, because there was a full contract that was in place.
Okay.
So the contract was, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you will be heavily padded and all that. So it's not going to be an actual breast. It will be like some sort of cushion or whatever.
Yeah. Just like in reality, it'll be a fake breast.
A fake breast.
Right, okay.
So then the contract stipulated how many...
Seconds?
How many squeezes. So there were how many squeezes
should have been called Delhi breast, yeah?
How many
got the name wrong.
How many squeezes of the breast would be allowed?
How many?
5. Because there was a negotiation.
You fought for 6, didn't you?
No. So they said, so it started at, they said, so the producer said 7. She said, no, 3. Said, no, 5.
Oh, Mandoli ho gaya.
Said, Mandoli 5. I think
you mean you can show 3 on screen?
No.
Or 3 in total for the shoot?
In the acting. They can only, whether they shoot it 1 or 5 times, they can't go over 5.
Wow.
Takes. 5
takes. So 5 times he squeezes. On the 6th time, she's not doing it anymore.
Yeah. Because I'm done now. This is it.
Yeah. I have this for handshakes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what happened was that then we got to shooting, and then of course they come to me and say, listen, the thing is we have only 5 takes, so we've got to get it right. Okay, so just little
pressure. A lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. Okay, so
handshaking, Mr. Breast, like the shoulder.
I don't want to squeeze like a cheek or something suddenly.
Like imagine your face, man. You didn't know to laugh.
So then whatever, camera rolling, and we were shooting on film and all. You know, it was like still back in the day. So cameras rolling, go and do the shot. It was a little longer, few lines, and then the squeeze, and I leave. And then everyone turns to each other and they say, that was perfect, yeah. We got it, I think we got it. So he said, yeah, we got it. But we have 4 more takes, he said.
Abhinav, no?
So
Wow.
So let's go again.
How is this man still working?
So
the girl didn't say anything.
No, but you need an extra take, no? Backup.
Maybe extra, but he doesn't go for 5 because it's just one shot for God's sake.
And do one NG take also just so we have it.
Yeah.
So we did another couple of takes. And he said no, but I think the first one was it. But we did go ahead.
She was okay with you after that?
She's a very sweet lady. Very, very
Are you
sweet
friends
lady.
still?
No. We just met
When you
that
meet her, how do you
afternoon.
say hello? What's the greeting?
It's not a chest bump, I can tell you that.
What if she grabs you? Hey, Kunal, put on
How
some
are you
weight.
doing?
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's a very interesting story because I can imagine with all the professionalism and all the experience he's had, no one prepares you. They got to tell you this. You know, you go to acting school, you work with all kinds of people.
That's the thing is that these situations, like sometimes you'll find yourself. There was a film I did which never released. You're in some godforsaken place in like dirty water up to your neck.
Hawaii.
Yeah, somewhere there. But no, Powai is not godforsaken, but it was some other place.
Thank you for defending Powai.
It was, and it's like you're dirty, and it's like 3 a.m. and it's cold, and you're thinking, what am I doing? Yeah. Like what have I done in my life? Why did I have to do that show with Cyrus? You know, and then get that confidence
that you didn't finish mechanical engineering. It's my fault.
That's what I'm saying. It's Cyrus's fault. Why didn't I just complete my education and get a real job, man?
The gali comes to me. Can you imagine? This is who he hates, not the director. What was that
Cyrus.
shot at 3 a.m. anyway? I'd love to know.
I was supposed to be in a sewer.
You've chosen roles well. Between squeezing breasts and lying in a sewer.
No, he's anything for comedy. No, that's the commitment.
It may not have been comedy. It turned out to be.
It was action. Yeah, it was action.
Yeah. And now that film's in the sewer because you couldn't
It is.
release
It's not released. Yeah.
What is the film called?
It's
Can't say. It's controversial.
It's controversial.
Were you lead? The lead?
One of the leads. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh,
So it was worth it then.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, if
worth
it did release.
If it
or
had
if it does
released,
still release, you
yeah,
never know.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next question.
Next question is also related to Delhi Belly. Sameer has asked, whose idea was the orange juice and which brand is the best for this purpose?
Well, the brand, I remember Veer made up the name of the brand because we were all trying to come up with names. And at the workshop, we said, we'll call it this. And everyone was like, yeah, okay, we'll call it that. Because we couldn't use an actual brand, obviously.
What is the name that you used?
I'm forgetting right now. I remember, I recently saw that scene in the fridge.
Sun, whatever, I forget.
Saffron?
Orang.
Saffron juice?
No.
You'll be cancelled.
No, it's not saffron.
3 o'clock in the morning will be your best work, brother. You'll be very careful with these guys.
No, it had nothing to do with saffron. It was something to do with the sun and oranges. I forget. But that was completely written. It was all Akshat's idea. It was part of the script. So
anything controversial, Akshat's idea.
Yeah.
Just remember, he knows.
All right. Next one. Sameer has another question. Why haven't there been films like Delhi Belly since? Most we get are cheap comedies like Masti Zaade.
They're totally
Why
different.
do you think that is?
There's a slight difference in. I mean, there's double entendre and all, but there's a slight difference, right?
Yeah, I think it again. It comes down to the writing. No, like the guy who's like there's
what's his name? I know you're talking about.
Who?
Zaveri, Milap
Zaveri.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have not seen.
Again, guess who was cast in the first Masti?
Oh, was
MTV
it?
didn't release me to do it. There was a Parsi dentist which the chief minister's son Ritesh Deshmukh played in the end.
And you were supposed to?
Yeah, Parsi. I told him it's in Hindi. He said, "Don't worry," because they Irani producers, no?
Right.
What are their names? God, names so different.
Irani.
Yeah. So anyway, I was supposed, but MTV wouldn't give me 6 weeks off or whatever in one go at that point. I didn't take it seriously anyway. Yeah, and then Ritesh became a household name after that. Played women in many of the subsequent pictures. You do what you can. I mean, you're squeezing breasts. I'm doing a podcast. You pay bills. Yeah.
All right. Next one comes from Sameer again. He says, will you fight one Salman Khan sized duck or 100 duck sized Salman Khans?
This is supposed to be like a SAT question.
They're both deadly. They're both
Yeah.
deadly though.
Wow.
One Salman Khan sized duck or one duck sized Salman Khan. Both are.
I think one duck
No,
size.
one duck is fine.
If a Salman Khan sized duck is available, I think you should befriend the duck and make money. You travel the world. This is my duck. People come take selfies. Can you imagine? Like 5'7", 5'8", about 85, 90 kilos of duck. In China, of course, you won't come back because they'll eat the duck. But yeah.
No, I'd eat the duck.
Oh, damn you. What kind of patron did you turn out to be?
I think
you don't eat meat, no? You're a veg now.
No,
You're back?
I'm back, yeah.
What happened?
I was vegetarian for 13 years.
Yeah.
I wasn't eating
Well, when
meat.
you were touring with plays and all,
I was vegetarian. Yeah.
So how come you're back to meat?
Because I seen the light. I see it was for animals and all of that. But then, I don't know, I'm just back to eating.
Working in these strange studios and all, you didn't have any choice. You could get whatever you could get.
No, it's not that. I think it had more to do with just liking the taste of meat. I think I'm back because of that.
It's like going back to alcohol, It's very sad. Even I want to give up meat. And when I hear this story, I feel terrible. Because he broke it for 13 years.
13 years. I was eating eggs.
Okay, whatever. I mean, you do what you can. And then suddenly, John Abraham is only fish. What's it called? Fishitarian or whatever. Pescatarian. Wow. Thought he was Malayali Parsi, but whatever. Yeah, next.
All right, next one comes from Tarun K. He says, I love crime thrillers. One of the best ones from last year was Foot Fairy. Usually playing a comedic role, seeing you as a stalker and a possible serial killer was amazing. How did you prepare yourself for that?
Bajirao! He's already done it at 16, 17. Against the grain, against your look, against your avatar, against what they
against my this thing. I was damn happy to do it because you only,
I can imagine.
Quit comedy.
Hey, so comedy track, hey, Kunal, tu badhiya hai, you're the best.
Comedy. So this
finally, Kunal rapist. Oh, thank God.
This is what I wanted to do. This is what I'm preparing for. No. But no. But no, it's always great to try and play something that's against the grain or that you can do slightly differently. So I had fun. I don't know about preparation. You just read the script, you work with the director, he tells you what to do, and if you do it, I guess that's the kind of... because I don't know what it is like. I wasn't like saying I'm getting into the mind of a serial killer and all. I don't even know in this film whether he was the serial killer. So
there are hacks that as a South Bombay boy, he has to travel 2 hours to work. So it's very possible you're in a bad mood by the time you reach the set. So you're already psychotic in many ways. And you want to spit and hit people. And especially somebody saying ki itna time laga because he took 22 minutes from the station to come there. But while you spent 2 hours.
Because there was another film I did which was also, I was serious in that. And what I did for that
serious as in a villainish serious?
No, I was just it was a serious character. It wasn't funny in any way.
Is this a yoga documentary?
No, this was a sort of horror film. And
yoga documentary.
Yeah, kind
really.
of. And I fell violently sick. And that really helped. Exactly. It really helped.
So I think that's your mood is down in any case.
Your mood is down, your energy is down.
Yeah, fantastic.
So then you're just
got lucky.
Yeah, I got very lucky. And then I got better, but my performance got worse. So he's like, listen, can you fall sick again? Because you were much better when you were sick.
Ask for too much. It's just, payment has to go up for this kind of sacrifice.
I'll get sick, but then...
What the hell?
So, when you're well, you're
I
not
wanted
good.
you sick on this podcast.
Yeah, because that's a very different
energy.
energy.
The manager said that you're not even getting conveyance.
Nothing. No, I'm getting paid. You're not getting paid?
Of course not.
So
why should I get paid? I didn't turn up for the play back in the day. After that, nobody's willing to pay.
So your story just reminded me of Adnan Sami. He had an incident like this where his voice was screwed up for the recording of Hey Udi Udi Udi.
Okay,
the song Hey Udi Udi, right?
Yeah. Right.
And he was like, but I was recording it. That's an A.R. Rahman song. So he was recording it with A.R. Rahman, and basically, so when he was like, I can't sing today. My neck is spoiled or whatever. Mm-hmm. And A.R. was like, yaar, just try it. Hua to hua, nahi hua, we'll do try tomorrow day after whenever. There's no tension thodi hai. So he just tried it, and because of that, he sounded like. Hey.
The huskiness came in because he couldn't sing.
He got more of that. So now he's like...
He sounded like Priyanka Chopra.
So now when he has to perform live and he has to sing that song, he has to manufacture that, which is more difficult to do.
He stopped drinking.
Than when he was actually unwell.
When he was drinking, because I run shows with Adnan, he could pack 2 bottles of Johnny just down. Right?
Wow. Really? He stopped.
What an appetite that guy had. Fantastic. Yeah, it's great fun to party with. Yeah, because he was sober, he could still play the piano. And by the way, he's very westernized.
Of course.
This Udi crap, you don't listen to. You sing Beatles songs for me and all that. I'll have a great time. That is to pay bills. He can play Mozart, Beethoven, whatever you want. The guy's really talented. He rips it out on the piano, bro. He rips it out.
I think he's in the Guinness Book of World Record, fastest piano player ever in the world.
He told me he can come in 10 seconds because his hand job is the fastest. Done. It's like that. And you can expect that, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
It'd be tragedy if you can't. So as he ages, never worry. This guy's going to get pleasure right till the end. One hand piano, one hand organ, all good. Adnan, we love you. Great guy.
Okay. This one comes from Lazy.Panda, who says, describe your relationship with your brothers. Any fun story with you and your brothers?
The brothers, I don't know.
But there's a 6-year gap, bro. So it's not, you're not hanging out with Siddharth, the older brother, who's 6 years older. It's a big gap.
Yeah, it's a huge
And then he's
gap.
a bit too old for, I'm sure he was nice to his brother. But
like we never played
you
together.
You drop and
really.
pick him. The parents will tell you to drop and pick him.
Yeah,
right?
it's like everyone's a father to everyone.
Yeah,
so
God. Wow. And of course, then after the breast incident, nobody wants him around their kids.
Yeah.
All right. Rohit Atre has asked, could you please give us one similarity and one stark difference between Anubhav Pal and Cyrus Brocha? Also, who amongst the both of them is more influenced by the British?
Can I tell you, Anubhav Pal, we've done some meetings to do something with him.
Yeah.
Kunaal Roy Kapur is not there. But Kunaal VJHD can't take it. It becomes like Naveen. Kunal is like Naveen. He's got a very strong, serious side to him, my Kunal.
Okay.
So what happens is we have these disconnected conversations which just keep going nowhere, and they're trying to, there's some business to discuss. And he loses it after about 20 minutes. Because Anubhav is worse than me, he can tell you.
Yeah.
So we just go on talking in tangents, and everybody's trying to one-upmanship in terms of comeback lines and all that. And we've got this straight, serious man going, okay, we got to, we've got to meet these guys in 20 minutes. So it's great fun, man. Great fun. Yeah.
I think the similarity is the striking resemblance. You know, the striking resemblance between Cyrus and Kunaal is like, it's unreal.
Anubhav.
Between Cyrus and Anubhav. Yeah. They're so similar that way. Yeah.
What are the differences?
Differences.
Deep question.
Anubhav
earns more money. I think that's one thing.
No, much less.
So earning in pounds, bro.
But 5 pounds.
That's a lot. Back in the day, come on.
Wait, you earned less than 5 pounds, Cyrus?
5 pounds, look at the rupee is shooting down. I mean, come on. 10 pounds and the guys made it. Anubhav can come back home if he gets 10 pounds. Yeah.
All right. Next one comes from Shweta Bapat, who says, Kunal, as a very put together and stylish male, can you give some supremely comfortable yet stylish fashion hacks / recommendations to Cyrus?
He's actually quite, the ladies like him. Huh? This I know. I'm going back in time. I'm sure they still like him. He's quite the ladies' man.
No, I mean, one ladies' man.
No, you've been one ladies' man, but they like you. See, we know which men the women like.
Yeah, well...
Like Anubhav, me, Kunal, we and the other tribe. We like women, they don't like us.
Yeah. Well, a stylish... No, I've always modeled myself on Cyrus's style, which is basically, wear very old t-shirts.
Beyond sarcasm. You dress like a girl from Walsingham. That's the uniform.
This is the uniform. This is very close to my school uniform.
Is it?
GD Somani.
Is it?
Yeah, very close.
But it's more blue. This is
more
greenish.
blue. This is green.
Yeah.
But it is a hark back to that. Yeah.
Wow, not bad.
But I mean, wearing old t-shirts.
And he's got his brother's clothes, don't forget. In the old days.
I did, yeah.
Are we done?
Torn jeans. You used to wear a lot of torn shorts, no? Those torn denim shorts.
Whatever I could get my hands on. I didn't care. I'm one of those people, I never look at the clothes. I'm forced
So where do you shop? I don't
shop. This is WSD free t-shirt. The pants are given by Kunal. Shoes by Manik Unwala. Socks are from theatre. Underwear. My sister sends those 5 boxes a year.
That's it. You're done.
And spectacles?
Free from the
exactly.
the guys who are watching. They send 6 pairs. Because mine were broken.
They came to a live show to give us 6 pairs of spectacles for
Cyrus. They put the money together and raised it. I'm their NGO.
Because Cyrus had been using spectacles which were, one side was basically broken, the danda of the spectacles was broken for like 6 months.
I'm a loyalist.
So our
I don't give up on things.
We'll have Cyrus.
But the passion that you have for objects, it's a much deeper connection.
Yes, it is.
It's like
people have betrayed me much more. So glasses have always been my friend. Yeah. In the old days, those ones, and now these ones.
Okay, last one. This one comes in from Hemisha. Just a very simple. What is your favorite cuisine and dish, both of you? Cuisine and dish.
What is your favorite?
It's a tough one, no, because it depends on the mood.
That's true.
But favorite cuisine, man.
I love Pan Asian food of any kind. Somebody else is paying for it. I love certain Parsi dishes definitely more than anything else. I love curry rices. I love Mughlai food.
Tandoori.
I love tandoori food.
Yeah.
I love continental food to some extent.
I've discovered a problem is that I'm trying to figure a cuisine or a dish that I don't like.
Oh.
If it is well prepared, there's nothing that I don't like.
Wow.
Really,
so this is the real foodie, Kunal.
Yeah. There's nothing. I'll tell you why. Because Kunaal VJHD still has
limits.
He cannot go.
Limits.
Like when he goes too far then he starts getting. You can see smoke coming out of his ears.
So you can see the lies, the shallowness in his
shallowness.
This is a very good ragna patty. बहुत बढ़िया अच्छा चीज मजा
or even certain desserts he can't push himself. He can't.
He likes his jalebi and then it's downhill.
That's it. It's done. Whereas me, I have passion for all cuisine, every dish.
It's a handicap.
I can eat dudi, I can eat karela, I can eat turai.
Wow. And you don't have to cook it, huh?
Yeah.
And the best part is, when we have tandoori together, he always goes for the breast.
But he just squeezes it and gives it to you.
But only 5 bites.
Right. Yeah, only 5.
Then it's Anubhav. All right, guys, we run out of time. I've got to go back to South Bombay. So does he.
Yeah.
So bye-bye. Kunaal Roy Kapur.
Bye, guys.
Lovely. Thank you.